Hi everyone, it's Teresa Green from Slow Paths Wellness and it's Mindful Monday. Today I wanted to talk to you as the new year begins and people start making resolutions and try to have all these things they're going to do to try to become perfect or develop a perfect situation in their life, to ask for you to step back and take a slightly different approach to things. Now, my previous video talked about how resolutions, this may not be the best time of year to do a resolution kind of thing anyway, and you can go back and listen to that if that sounds like something you'd like to hear again or hear for the first time. But one of the things about being able to be mindful of what you actually want in life and what you actually are trying to find is to know what you want, not what you think other people want. And part of that comes out of being very authentically you. Now, Brene Brown talks a lot about this, and I really like, she has an audio, I guess it's an audio presentation. It's not really a book, but it's from Sounds True, and it's called The Power of Vulnerability, along with, she has another one called Rising Strong as a Spiritual Practice. And in both of those, she talks about people that in all the work she's done, she's called wholehearted people. These are people who are good at relationships because they're able to be vulnerable. They enjoy their life because they know how to treasure happiness, to treasure joy. They know how to go ahead and look silly sometimes so that they can have fun. They're creative. They're the kind of people that most of us would really like to be able to say, you know, that's what I do. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm authentic, I'm really me, I'm creative. And some of the things that they do, and we'll talk about some of these factors later, is they have very good boundaries. They know what behavior they will accept from themselves and other people and what behavior they will not. They are practiced to consciously try to be vulnerable with other people. They try to open themselves up for good experiences. And another one that we're going to talk about today is they practice, a lot of them very consciously, very formally practice gratitude. Now, most people like to think of themselves as thankful, and most people are. Most people can be very humbled when they look at the things they have, and sometimes they think, oh, you know, I have all these wonderful things and I'm so thankful for them. But gratitude is a little bit more than that, because what happens is when you only do that every now and then, sometimes it's kind of tinged with guilt. It's kind of, well, I should be thankful for this, but I actually feel bad, or I'm actually unhappy, or I'm actually, you know, something negative. And so building the gratitude practice, my experience of it is that a lot of it is just allowing yourself to enjoy the things you have. It's not just being thankful for them because what if they were taken away? It's really enjoying them. And so that's what this mindfulness session will be about. It'll be about enjoying the things that are around you now, that are already there for you. And we talk about that a lot. I call it savoring sometimes. And we talk about it as the way it develops your neuroplasticity so that you're able to look for more peaceful, more positive, more uplifting, more things that you want in life instead of only looking for what's wrong. But in this case, we're going to talk about it as a stepping stone to becoming someone that you want to be becoming someone who has a sense of peace and purpose and joy in your life. So enjoying the things around you doesn't mean you should enjoy the things around you. That's a completely different thing. So if you want to take a couple minutes, we'll try something out here. Just go ahead and get in a comfortable, where you're either standing or sitting or whatever position you're in a way that's as comfortable as you can be. I know some people listening to this may be dealing with chronic pain or with things where being perfectly comfortable may not be an option. But just get yourself in the most comfortable position that you're able to be in and notice the things that are good about that. So I'm just standing. I have my feet kind of about shoulder width apart. My shoulders are down. And when I'm not gesturing, I have my hand kind of one either on my heart and on my belly, or both of them kind of down on my belly because that's soothing. And I just want to sit for a moment and kind of breathe in and out and get a deep breath, not an oddly deep breath, but a little bit of a deep breath. And just feel how nice it is just to stand kind of in a position that feels stable, like if something pushed on me, I wouldn't go anywhere. And that I can stand here, I can let my shoulders drop, I can feel relaxed, I can feel like I have enough of the things I need. It's comfortable. I'm able to be in a place that's peaceful and quiet. I'm wearing my favorite color, purple. And I can even be thankful for things like having hair, because this time last year I didn't. I was going through chemo. And so I can think, okay, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I feel kind of powerful in the position that I'm sitting in, or standing in my case. I have my hands in a place that feels soothing, like I'm giving myself a hug. And this is really nice. I really like it. This is something that's good. And telling yourself that allows your body to relax, allows you to not feel like you have to put on a show, it takes away a lot of the shoulds. And as you're doing that, it opens up the ability for you to be more vulnerable, because someone who feels safe and who feels calm and who feels like they're enjoying the things around them feels like they have the extra resources they need to be able to open up a little bit. Because if something happens, if they open up and it doesn't go well, they have these resources because they already have established that they feel safe, they feel calm, they feel good overall. And there are good, happy things out in the world. So even if something they're vulnerable about makes them unhappy for some reason, because the people they were exposing themselves to in some way by, with a emotion or something they were trying, they weren't ready for, it didn't go as well as they wanted it to, they're still safe. They're still enjoying the pleasantness of just sitting quietly without having demands put upon them, either in their own head or not accepting the demands that someone else puts on them. And so that can be the basis of a gratitude practice. So when you're thinking about things you're thankful for, don't think of it as a should. I should be ashamed of myself if I'm not grateful for the food I have, even if I'm not excited about it. You can be grateful for it. You can say, okay, this may not be my favorite thing to eat, but I can eat it and I can find the things that are good. Or I can say, this is not the thing I want to eat. I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator and I'm going to make myself what I want. Either one is a great option. And then as you're enjoying it, the gratitude kind of bubbles up on its own. When you go, wow, I'm really enjoying the view I have, the shirt I'm wearing, the way it feels to stand here, the taste of a really good piece of chocolate or a really good green bean or a perfectly cooked broccoli. And as you enjoy that, you start thinking, I'm thankful that I have it. So gratitude falls almost automatically out of a mindfulness when the mindfulness is associated with thinking about the positive and working on the things that you can enjoy. Not as the only thing you do, because a lot of times you have to acknowledge. Part of life is acknowledging the bad feelings, listening to what your body's telling you, but not necessarily making that your focus. So as I'm standing here, I notice there's a little tightness here in my shoulder. I notice it's a little bit warmer right this second than I would ideally like it to be. And I notice that I'm, my part of my mind's thinking about time because I have something I have to go do right after this. But I'm trying to calm all those things down. I'm trying to settle in and go back to the things I enjoy. I'm enjoying making this video in hopes that someone will be able to listen to it and have something they enjoy come from it, that they either think about something new they haven't thought about before, or they pat themselves on the back for the way that they're already doing these ideas themselves. I'm able to enjoy the feeling of being able to stand comfortably, as I said, really grounded feeling. Able to enjoy the idea that I can encourage myself just by touching my chest, touching my belly, and feeling how that encouragement kind of wells up inside of me just because of the biochemistry of touch. And I can just consciously think of these things as pleasant. Identifying them as pleasant helps my brain to recognize them the next time they happen. So today, think about some things that are right around you and enjoy them. Deeply, deeply enjoy them. And as you enjoy them, then you can make the next step to being thankful for them. And as you do that day by day as a regular practice, you'll begin to be able to be more vulnerable with things in the outside world, and you'll be able to be more wholehearted, which means you'll be able to be more joyful, more happy, have more times when you don't feel like you have to protect yourself from attack. You'll feel safer more often. It's a long process, especially if you've had a lot of trauma in your life. It won't happen overnight. But if you do it day by day, just for a few minutes each day, you'll start noticing that growing, where you're doing it without necessarily always having to consciously think about it. And it will grow, and you will feel better and better. No matter what the situation in your life is, whether the situation has gotten better or worse or about the same, you'll be training yourself to see it in a way that gives you more joy, more peace, more enjoyment, and more power to make a difference in your own life. So this is the end of Mindful Monday for today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.